thank you for tuning in to What Is a Little Girl Supposed to Do? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. I am here with my mother, of course, Belinda Olive Beltran. And we are here. We have a very special guest with us today. She has been a childhood friend of my mother's since they were 13 years old. So I say that she is my auntie, and I also say that she is my second mommy. Virginia Kendrick. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us here at our podcast podcast show. I apologize. I'm so excited. I'm just all rambling, tumbling over my words. So thank you for coming. Thank you. And I'm super excited to hear the relationship and the things and the experiences that you and my mom had. I appreciate you.
I can't believe we're doing this after everything. I just still can't believe it. This is awesome.
Thank you for being here on our podcast today. We're going to be piggybacking off of the event from last Saturday. LaShante and we was an awarded certificate, Ways to Happiness. And it was an amazing event. We invited a very special two ladies. And there was not a tear, there was not a dry eye in the room because the story was amazing. What happened was I know a girl named Gloria. She was on the transplant list. She needed a kidney because she had been going to dialysis for like 3 or 4 years. And that takes a toll on you. And she was taking care of her elderly mother, but she had to go to dialysis. So one day, I'm always reading. I love to read. So one day I was reading the Scanner newspaper. I had picked it up when I was over in Portland. And on the front of the page, it was a Caucasian lady. The headline was, she wanted to donate one of her kidneys to a Black American. And I'm like, wow, that just really touched me. So what I did, I thought very quickly, I thought about Gloria. I said, she needs a kidney. She's been going to dialysis for the last 3 or 4 years, 3 times a week, and that takes a toll on you. You can't really have a life, and she was taking care of her elderly mother. So I called Gloria up, and I'm like, Gloria, I said, I got some good news. She said, what? I said, well, I was just reading the Scanner newspaper, and I saw a lady in the paper named Allison. She wants to donate a kidney to a Black American. And she said, what? I said, yes. I said, I have the information, and I gave her the information about the Scanner newspaper. That was a few years ago. But Gloria was able to contact Allison, and the rest is history. Gloria will be celebrating a 1-year anniversary for her kidney transplant. And there was not a dry eye in the house for that celebration. So one day this year, we will be having Allison and Gloria here in the podcast to do an interview so the world can see these 2 beautiful women. I mean, that's amazing. Mm-hmm. That's amazing. So that was one of the guests that we had at the event, and it was amazing.
It was amazing by the fact that the timing that it was, because of the fact that, like, when I asked you that day and I said, Mom, what were you doing that day that you picked up the paper and you started reading the story? I said, because the timing of that is what led to how things were. Me? The way that you the timing of when you saw the story,
yes,
and then the timing of that. To me, I feel like when the timing of that, that's when how everything led chronologically, how it read.
Yes.
You picked up the paper and you saw the story.
Yeah. Yes.
And then the story that you saw, it connected you, you know what I mean, to the people that you are connected to. So nothing ever is by mistake. Everything is designed the way that it's designed. And I think that when we get messages or when we get signs, those are things that we're supposed to pay attention to because it leads us to the journey that is meant for us to. Some of us is just hard-headed, and we get the signs and we get the messages, and then we just scoop it up and we put it in our pocket or put it in our back pocket or, throw it away. But they're there.
You're right.
Well, thank God you read the paper that day.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. And that's what I'm like, woo. I mean, that just triggered me as like, what do I do with this information? But Gloria was the very first person that I thought about.
Right.
And so this past Saturday, I wanted to meet Allison, but I had never met her in person. Gloria and Allison became very good friends. They go on walks, they have dinner, they hang out together. They're like sisters. And I said, I want to meet Allison. And so it was possible for us to meet her last Saturday at the event. And it's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing.
It was.
Yes.
It was amazing.
Man, there was not a dry eye in that house.
That was awesome, Mom.
I mean, that was
building.
awesome. Yes.
And then it leads into how it's been a journey. You're on the board of Donate Life.
I'm taking a break right now, but I have served on the board of directors. I took a break in 2021, but I served on the board of directors for 7 years. But I have also been an advocate for Donate Life, giving back, recycling, give to others if you can help them on your way out.
Your organs.
Your organs, yes.
Okay.
So that's what I've been doing. I'm still with the Donate Life, where I'm advocating for donations. And I'm also on the Pacific Northwest Transplant Advisory Board. And then I'm also on the Donor Family Group Board, where we talk to other families that have lost loved ones because they need help. They need to understand. They need help dealing with their feelings.
Okay.
And so, so I'm still involved. I'm going to be involved as long as I'm breathing.
Okay.
So it's important to get that message out.
To help educate people on learning about being a donor.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
for your organs.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Wow. So it to be the donor, the ways of happiness, this friendship that we have right here, this sisterhood that we have right here. I'm excited to learn, to know, to hear some stories.
All right. And my beautiful sister here, she definitely have a testimony. My sister, she has been so active in the community and the lives of other people.
Absolutely.
So we want her to share some of her experience that she's had in this life.
Of donating your time. People don't realize volunteering is just giving who you are. I mean, Belinda is... you lost a brother.
Yes.
And that's how the donation started.
Yes.
So sometimes we don't have to go through a tragic, but we should be volunteering.
Yes.
Because I volunteered at the jail for 7 years. The hardest place I volunteered was at the hospital because of the fact that people didn't want to be involved.
Mm-hmm.
And when they went home, they had nobody. There was no church there. I called the churches, and they said they had no one to help. And that, to me, was too much. It's like the homeless thing right now. Yeah. It's too much when you have families on Halsey right now with signs out, and the kids are with them, too.
Yeah.
We need more programs. We need more help here in Portland. So I worked at the jail for 7 years. My girls are good. They see me every so often.
Ooh, you worked at the jails?
Mm-hmm.
And the what? Like the
Inverness and downtown.
Really? Mm-hmm. Like the ministry?
Yes. I prayed with them, and then I did sermons. There was a few women that would look at me and say, "What do you have to offer?" And that would always trigger, "You don't know what I've been through. Thank you for thinking I look good because you don't know what I've been through."
Ooh.
And so people can assume a lot about you, but don't assume because you don't know where the person's been.
Man, oh man.
And there's so many people right now coming out of a shock wave of the COVID.
Right.
And I've got 10 people a day calling that are suicidal. So it's like, okay, you need help. You need to get out there. And they go, but I don't know how. I go, just step outside.
Yeah.
Just step outside and start walking, start talking, do something, go to the gym.
Yeah.
But volunteering is so important. You've got the jail. You've got the Raphael House, the battered women's shelters.
Yes.
I mean, for 2 years, we've been in isolation. What have those women done then? What have the kids that are being abused done?
Yes.
They've been locked down. So now they're going to come out, but how are they going to come out? So we need to be there for help.
Right.
Yep.
Right. They're going to come out angry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
And they are.
And they are.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we need to be there for them. If you can volunteer, if you've got time, do it. It doesn't take that much time.
Okay.
I work at Snowcap. You can hand out food and clothing to people.
Okay. Snowcap?
Snowcap on 181st, in Stark. It's
Okay.
a wonderful program. I think they're helping probably 1,000 people a day right now.
Wow.
Now, when you are addressing the people, do you see a smile on their face?
Yeah, there's sometimes they ask, do you know where I can get help? Like my church gave out probably 1,000 food boxes every week during the, East Hill Church gave out food boxes. But we've got more people that need help now than ever. Just because it's over and we don't have to wear a mask, the problems didn't stop.
Right.
Yes.
The problem is not stopped. It's worse because now they don't know. We need people to get jobs. We need to connect them. They don't know how to get jobs. They don't know. I helped 7 people in the last month start businesses because I'm a business owner. I know how to do that. They didn't know how. They don't know how to start a business. Walk it through. If you know how to do something, you're good at something, help people.
Yes.
Right.
You don't got to spend 12 hours a day. You can spend an hour. But just give some of your time.
All right. That is...
Yes.
That is
After
so
everything we've been through,
awesome.
Belinda, we're
Oh my
here.
gosh.
Yes.
But
Amazing.
God. But God.
Yes.
And that's the so then that's the thing too. By you ladies knowing each other,
Yes.
you ladies have seen each other as kids,
Yes.
as teenagers.
I came to
Yes.
Jefferson a broken person. It was Jefferson that helped me.
Man.
It was Jesse, Belinda, Virginia Jackson. Winona. They took me in. I was a mess. And because of Jefferson High School, I made it in Upward Bound.
Yes. And were you born in Portland, Oregon?
Born in Longview, Texas. So I'm a Texan.
okay.
My mom was a Louisiana Cajun. And I don't know if you want me to say the other part.
Louisianan?
Yeah, no, the
She was
part
from
I grew up
Louisiana.
in.
Louisiana.
Louisiana, yes.
Cajun.
Yes.
Really?
And so she had the accent, talk like it. And all my sisters loved the way my mom cooked, but me. I could not handle the chitlins. Remember the day she made them? I sat out in the front lawn crying. And they said, "You're mean to your mom."
Yes.
You sat in the front yard crying.
Yes, it smelled. I couldn't. So sad. Oh, it's so terrible. And you were right.
I love
But I grew up in southern Oregon in a city that was called a Sundown, and they didn't like my mom.
You didn't like your mom?
Mm-mm.
How come?
Very, very much racism. I didn't know what racism was. My mom didn't raise me that way, but they didn't like my mom. They wanted us out of town.
So was your mom, was her skin
She was
darker? Was your mom's
was a
skin
little browner.
was a little browner? Yeah?
Yeah, and she
Okay.
talked funny, and they didn't like that.
Okay.
Then she had what kind of hair?
It was kinky. It was,
Yeah.
we pressed it because I remember in class at,
You pressed it?
yes, I remember in class at Jefferson, I told this girl she could come over and I could press her hair, and everybody in the class stopped and went, "What?" She came over and I pressed her hair.
Would a pressing go?
Yes.
On the stove?
Yes. Yeah. I learned that from my mom. But see, there's
Really?
that assumption that you think you know someone, but you don't know what they've been through.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So it was Jeff that helped me. I remember the principal thinking, "Oh, Lord, I'm in trouble with you," because I saw all the styles. I go, "Look at all the beautiful colors." And she's like, "Oh, Lord." And my first day there, I went to an all-black bathroom downstairs and started talking as fast as I could so I wouldn't get killed, and they all liked me. They were like, "What are you doing in here?" And everybody loved me. I was like, "Okay, good."
So at Jefferson, okay, so was it predominantly? It was predominantly African American kids.
Yes.
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 Okay. So then you were considered at Jefferson the minority.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Are you an aspiring model or actor? Let Northwest Modeling Management showcase the best version of you. Get in touch with our professional team at NW Model MGMT on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, or visit our website at nwmodelmgmt.com. Looking for the next face or personality for your company? Let Northwest Modeling Management find the talent you need for your brand.
Okay. So then you
But it
had
was fun. I loved it. They taught me how to respect.
Yes.
And that was the one thing I can really say, and I don't want to cry.
it's okay because I'm
It's
gonna be
okay to
crying.
cry.
I'm right because
It's
I'm gonna be
okay to
crying too.
cry.
I'm gonna be crying
It's
too.
okay.
Because respect wasn't what I learned where I grew up. And going to Jeff, and the ladies would tell me, you got to respect your mom. Even if she's a prostitute, you respect your mom. And I never heard that before. And it was because of them. And they got me into Upward Bound, a college prep program that kept me in school. And Belinda was my roommate the first year. And we had fun.
Yes.
I found out what life was about, and it was fun, and I was accepted. Because I wasn't accepted up until I went to Jeff.
Where you were living?
Not in Southern Oregon. No.
No.
Now,
Yeah.
is Medford, did you ever live in Medford,
That's
Oregon?
where I lived. I was trying to be nice.
Oh, okay.
There was a Sundown Law. So
Sundown.
What does that mean?
no one brown could be
Yeah.
there
Mm.
after 6 o'clock.
Yes.
Now, to think
Yeah.
about it, my godparents, Jerry was a court reporter. And when he went down there, they had to have police escorts to watch him as he did a court for a judge. I mean, that's how serious it was.
Really?
Yeah. But I saw Camp White is where a lot of the men that are military would come in, and they could go shopping for 2 hours, and then they were escorted out.
Escorted out?
Yeah, by the police, the state police.
Wow.
And when I was 12, I brought 2 Indian sisters over from Klamath Falls to stay with me, and within 2 hours, I had tons of people on my front lawn, the state police, and they took them home. And yeah, I got my little butt beat for that. So
Are you kidding me?
no, I never saw good things down there.
In Medford?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's different now. I have friends that are trying to make it change down there, but and I pray for them. You know, I really do. There's a lot of changes that's happened since 72, but I don't know if that foundation is going to change, you know, until they stop. They just need to stop.
Yeah, I had heard about the Sundown Law. I thought it was throughout Oregon, where people of color, black people, could not be outside after
6 o'clock.
Yeah.
So anybody brown
Right.
Yeah, you couldn't
Yeah.
be.
Oh, Spanish either couldn't live.
outside after 6?
You couldn't live in our town in Medford. I didn't know that. I didn't know why they didn't accept my mom. And then to come to Portland and everybody accepted her.
All right.
And she was friends with everyone. It was like,
Yes.
what is going on? It was like a
Yes.
culture change.
Okay.
Yep.
But I loved it. It was like my mom was accepted for the first time.
Okay.
All right. And see, that's what we're all about.
Yes.
Ways to happiness. We need to teach. We need to show what true love
That's right.
and happiness is. Because all this division, people are pit against each other. We ain't going to be able to survive on this planet if people continue doing and acting the way they do. They have to have a change of mind and change of heart. And it's about love, true love.
It is.
That is the only way. So that's what we're here. We're here to spread that love and ways to happiness. So I just have a question. When you're feeling down and out, what do you do to bring you happiness? That's just a question that I thought about, because that would be good to share with others. If they're feeling down and out, what can we suggest to others what they can do to feel happy
Well,
or to be happy?
when I'm down and out, I like to be secluded in my home and I like to indulge in being in my comfortability, whether it be music, whether it be pictures. I just like to be in my own solitude of my own space, which is being with myself. And so because I kind of feel like I can do and handle and with God. So for myself, I like to be alone. I like to be in my own comfortable space.
Sounds good.
I'm type A. I have to be around people.
Yeah.
I think in the last year, the best places I've been has been at LA Fitness in the sauna, listening to people talk to me.
Okay.
And all of a sudden I'm hearing, they don't realize they're giving me their testimony. They're just talking about their life and what they've been through. And it's like, are you kidding? You almost died? This is awesome. You know, you're alive. You got things to share with people.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I like to hear people. I like to talk.
Yeah. I like to talk too.
That's good.
I like to talk
good.
too.
Because and that's another thing. What I'm learning since I, been more observant of people usually don't talk to each other. People don't communicate. They're like covering things up. They're just having a hard time saying what's really on their minds. Seriously, when somebody say, "How you doing?" Well, if you don't say you doing fine, they ain't got time. Hey, how you doing? If you want to tell me your history about how you doing, they really don't want to hear it. They're gonna walk off. Right. So people need to realize that it's so important. If there's something that's bothering you, talk about it. Because if we don't, it's going to fester. Why do you think mountains erupt? Right. Because all the pressure, it hasn't been released. So same with people. If you do not release some of that stress and pressure that you're under, you will explode in one way or the other.
It was like running into this guy at the gas station the other day, because sometimes you have to have a different angle to get someone to talk. And I could just tell there was something up with this guy. He got off his motorcycle, and instead of saying hi, I said, "I hate you." I said, he goes, "What?" I go, "I hate you because you're driving a motorcycle." They always told me I can't get one, single parent with 4 kids. You won't get killed. It's not if or it's going to be when. I go, "No, I wanted to learn to drive a motorcycle." But all the people, I was trying to get my criminology degree. They're all like, "You can't do that." So I told him, "How did you learn?" He goes, "This is my first ride. I got diagnosed with cancer 7 years ago. I was only supposed to live 2 years." And he goes, I'm still here.
That's good.
I was like, wow.
That's
good. He didn't know he was telling me his testimony, but he is. His name's Frank.
Yes.
I said, "What is your name?" He goes, "I got my little oxygen thing in case I can't breathe, but I'm still alive." I'm like, wow.
That's a blessing.
Riding a bike.
And here I am trying to feel sorry for myself. Okay, I can't.
No, you need to learn how to ride.
Yeah. Exactly.
Learn how to ride.
Right.
Learn how to ride.
Yeah. If
we all have time to do it.
Oh my goodness.
That's why. Don't procrastinate and say, "Well, I'm gonna do it tomorrow."
Right.
Tomorrow ain't promised to us.
It's like if you want to go to school, go to school.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly. And but then I think that I'm a lot like you. We are helpers. We are helpers of everybody that's in our circle. We are helpers of everybody that we come in contact with. So we want to help everybody. And by us wanting to help everybody, we don't help ourselves. I selfishly feel I don't help myself. I know that I don't help myself. And so going to school would be something I know that I would be doing to help me. I feel bad at times because I want to help everybody else. Right. And I'm like, oh my gosh, everybody needs this. And I met this person, they need this. And so I think that's just it being exhausted from just helping, I love to do it. You know what I mean? So I think that you're right. Being able to not be afraid. Fear is one thing that can grab a hold of us and take a hold of us when we're afraid of something. Yes. We're not going to do. We're not going to be able to do it because of the fact we're scared. And being scared, that's the best thing is when you go through it, and instead of making yourself mentally damaged because of the fact that we're spooking ourselves out of things that
I was
That's
scared to
impressive.
death to come on here. I like after everything Blended I went through, I'm scared of doing this.
That's like we sitting in our living room having a conversation, but other people can hear what we're talking about. Yeah,
I didn't mind the
Yes.
talking. It was the seeing. I was like, wait.
No. You're
Yes.
beautiful. They need to
Yes.
see Auntie Virginia.
But when you
Yes.
think we came out of Adams and Jeff, and people
Yes.
said you'll never make it,
Oh yeah, I mean,
right?
We
I have a master's
yeah.
degree,
Yes.
and you're telling me I
Yes.
couldn't make it. My 4 kids are doing great.
Yes,
You
right.
got 4
I
babies.
got 4.
You got
They're
4
grown.
kids.
I have 4 grown kids and raising
Okay.
3 more right now.
Okay.
Beautiful.
So you got
Beautiful.
four grown kids and how many grandbabies?
Ooh, 6.
Really?
Congratulations.
6.
And I would just like to share some of the things, or one of the things that I love to do when I want to be happy. I love a lot of things. I love to cook. I love to bake. But what I really like, I like the essential oils. I have lavender, and then I have a diffuser, and I like to paint rocks. Oh my God. I like to paint rocks. I collect the rocks, I bring them home and wash them, and I have my paint for them, and I can sit there for hours. It's like therapy.
It's healing.
It's healing. Because the reason why I chose a rock is because the rock is from the earth. And no matter what happened on this planet, that rock is going to survive. It's going to be here forever. That's why I chose the rock. I said, because God and Jesus is my rock. There's no other way. There's no other way what we've been through in this life, all 3 of us, without God and knowing what he wants us to do, why we're here, that's the only way. And we're here for a purpose.
That's right.
Everyone in this life have a purpose, but a lot of people take their purpose to the grave with them. I know there's so many people that's in the grave that never was able to live out what their dreams were. Either they were afraid, scared, putting it off, but tomorrow ain't promised to us.
That's right.
So we need to change. We need to be the change. We need to show others and let them know that God loves them.
That's right.
They have a purpose, and we're going to be okay.
No matter what they've been through,
That's right.
no matter what you've been through,
That's right.
the road is
Yes,
out there.
yes.
Sometimes you just need a hand.
Yes.
A lot of the women that I've met at the jail, when they would tell me their testimonies, there were times, you just cry because you think, I went through so much.
Yes.
And this person went through this. You mean getting shot in the head? Or,
Yeah.
you're going to make it. You got a
Yes.
testimony.
Yes.
And even if you think your testimony is too much and someone can't handle it, remember, they need to hear what you went through so they can make it.
Yes.
Your story is going to help someone else.
That's right. That's right.
So if you can't tell it, write it.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Write
Right.
it.
Yes.
Belinda's book.
Yes.
Write it.
Yes. That's right. That's right.
You were
got
so
to.
right. Everybody has a testimony.
That's right.
Everybody has a testimony is story.
Right.
Yes.
Stories
Yes. It's
in
a
your
test.
life.
It's
Yeah.
a test that you have gone
Went
through.
You have went through.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Everybody have a test. And if they survive it,
That's right.
they will have a positive testimony. It
That's right.
depends on what they chose to do with what they went through.
Okay.
Either you're going to move closer to God or you're going to move further away.
That's
It'll
right.
be that person's choice.
Okay.
Yes.
Because sometimes you wonder, am I really going through this? I mean, this morning I woke up at 6, scared to death to do this. I'm like, really? I'm scared to go do this. After everything we've been through.
I know y'all done been through some stuff. I know y'all done been through some stuff. So this right here is just a scratch.
Yeah.
I'm
so proud of you, too.
Oh, my
though.
goodness.
I'm so proud of you, too.
I'm proud of you. And I need to get
Yes.
involved.
Yes.
My auntie has a cleaning business. And
Just started yesterday.
did you? You started it back up?
Yes. Yes. To help
Really?
the people. One of my employees came over 2 days ago
Okay.
and said they needed to go back to work, so I started it.
Ooh, so we're going to put her information on there so you guys can look her up when you guys are looking for some folks to, not some folks, but when you're looking for an amazing woman to come over and give you some amazing word and prayer with you. I would like us. Thank you so much for tuning in to What a Little Girl's Supposed to Do. Thank you
guys
for
are
watching.
awesome.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to What is the Little Girl Supposed to Do. Until next time.